When the whole world was stuck at home for more than 2.5 years, there was only one industry which was working towards rescuing all of us. Well, I'll come to that a little later, but let's talk about all other industries. The supply chain industry was totally in tatters. The fruits could not reach from the farm to the market. We were having scarcity of every product. Now, at the same time, the IT industry was all busy counting how many people died, how many people survived, how many people are sick. But there was only one sector which worked tirelessly, day and night, to save all of us. Thanks to all the vaccines which were manufactured in that era, and of course the fast forwarding of all that. So we'll be talking about all of that today. How biotechnology sector played a crucial and interesting and important role in pandemic prevention. Now, this video is targeted towards those who are planning to start their careers or planning to grow in this sector. Now, remember, this industry is different. It's like a religion for the people who pursue it. Now, for people who are in other sectors, they take their sector as just a job. But people who are in biology and biotechnology, they treat their field like religion. I have seen it. They're so passionate about it that they'll go to any extent because it involves saving lives. And that's what we saw during the pandemic time. Now, I'll start with the first point, which is rapid vaccine development. So earlier, if I am recalling it correctly, it used to take up to 7 to 10 years to get one vaccine approved and get into the market. So it was huge. It was very tedious. But we saw that we used advanced technologies like mRNA technology. The biotech industry came up with the development of a vaccine so quickly that we could have the vaccine within 3 months. We had the proof of concept, and we had the product ready for the market in 6 months. So that is where biotech industry acted as a game changer. The second thing which we saw is rapid diagnostic testing. And nowadays, of course, we have now come up with predictive diagnostic testing, but rapid diagnostic testing we saw, we were able to create a system where we could accurately and rapidly diagnose and identify the pathogen which is involved in the pandemic. So you saw the qPCR tests, and it was there everywhere, and government was mandating it, and it was taking time. So biotech industry made it faster. Now, the third thing which we saw is therapeutics and treatments. So they came up with various approaches to treating the patients, which included the drug repurposing also. We saw the development of antiviral drugs, monoclonal antibodies, and other treatment combinations to treat the infections. Now, followed by that, we also saw a very interesting factor where biotech industry took stand and did something amazing, and that was surveillance and monitoring. So one of my colleague at iBiome, one of our trustees at iBiome, her name is Dr. Varsha Sridhar. So her company, Molecular Solutions, was monitoring the sewage, and they were, so right here in our city, Bangalore. So they were monitoring the sewage, and according to that, they were able to predict which part of the city has more COVID, which part has less. So we were able to mass monitor the disease and mass prevent the disease. So that is where surveillance and monitoring came into picture. Now, followed by that, this also was an era where biotech industry contributed towards the development and improvement of public health infrastructure. We saw obviously governments also coming and joining hands with the industries and companies to collaborate to improve the public health organizations to improve disease response time and strategies. Now, followed by that, we also saw research and development booming. So we saw the result of RNA technology was vaccine, but how did they achieve the RNA technology? That was the research and development. So that's the outcome of research and development. So that happened during that era. Next was the challenge that how do you mass produce 8 billion vials of COVID vaccine? Well, that is where India became the vaccine capital of the world, the back office of the vaccine in our world. And that is where Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation had invested heavily into Bharat Biotech and Serum Institute of India, and both took charge and they mass produced. In fact, Serum Institute of India is world's largest manufacturer of vaccines. They tied up with AstraZeneca, and that's how we saw this mass production. But yeah, now we are seeing the AstraZeneca vaccine is having some serious side effects. Well, when you try to do something rapidly in biotech, there will be side effects. But never mind, we are out of pandemic. That's something is an achievement. Side effects, yes, it is there. Now, followed by that, we also saw so this scale up in biomanufacturing. At the same time, American companies like Moderna came up with a bioinformatics platform so that they could use data analytics, artificial intelligence to predict the outbreak, and created a disease model so that they could predict the spread. And at the same time, they used bioinformatics to also come up with the vaccine, that is the mRNA vaccine. Now, followed by that, we saw a boom in the education and training. So now that biotech industry was booming, people realized the importance of vaccine design. People realized the importance of CRISPR. People realized the importance of artificial intelligence, machine learning, bioinformatics, and virology, epidemiology. And so many students approached Biotecnika and they took training for all of this, and then they were placed into the industry as well. So this is all about what happened during the pandemic. Now let me talk about some of the technologies which came up during the pandemic. So first one I've already told you is mRNA vaccine, right? So mRNA vaccine technology we came up with. The second thing which we came up during the pandemic developed is CRISPR-based diagnostics. The third thing which we saw is obviously artificial intelligence was used to predict the outbreak, model the disease spread, and monitor the health metrics in real time. Now, followed by that, we saw telemedicine platform so that you don't need to go to the doctor. You can just have an app and you can talk to the doctor and get your disease. Based on your symptoms and reports, you can get it resolved. Even I was not going to the doctor. I used to give my samples to the person. He'll come take my sample and then the doctor will get the report and he'll advise me via phone over a video call. So yeah, that's what telemedicine platform is all about. Then we saw synthetic biology booming. Followed by that, we saw nanotechnology improving. Gene editing, CRISPR took a charge, and we are seeing the global resistant strains of crops and animals, reducing the zoonotic disease transmission. Then we are also seeing, because the IT industry started collaborating with the biotech industry, so we saw AI/ML in biology, we saw cloud-based data sharing in biology, then we saw biodegradable PPE, that is the preventing kit, so that you don't get COVID. So we saw, because they were using so much of plastic, so we came up with a biodegradable PPE kit. So these were the few techniques and technologies which came up during the COVID pandemic. But let me know in the comment section, what do you think about the COVID pandemic? Do you think it was man-made, or it was a natural zoonotic transmission? And do you think that the biotech industry, if it was not in the current shape, it would have supported us? Let me know in the comment section. But in the meanwhile, I want to tell all the naysayers who think that there is no scope of biotech industry, I want to just ask them to look back at the pandemic and think how it saved lives. See, initially getting into any industry is tough. You have to push harder. Once you are in, there is no looking back. So as a fresher, if you are facing difficulty, reach out to me. We will definitely guide you. Check Biotecnika's newsletter every day. We are sending you at least 25-40 jobs per day. You can apply there. You will get selected. And of course, you can take up our bioinformatics or AI/ML or CRISPR or molecular biology training program, through which we can place you into the industry. So this is all about today's session. I hope you liked it. Let me know in the comment section, and I'll see you soon in the next one. Till then, keep shining. Bye-bye.